Gone, what stands will surely fall. Chaos is coming. Chaos is coming down.
Trevor,
Yes.
what's going on, brother?
It's fight week, dude. So I've been
Fight
training super hard for this fight. Probably, known about it for 2.5 months, and finally here.
This is your last one was it last minute notice?
It was like 4-week notice, but it was just some smaller promotion up in Washington.
Yeah.
Like I literally could not get a fight, so I had to take one, so-so
Wherever
fight.
you could.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
ended up kind of biting me in the ass a little bit. But yeah, this one, good camp, good opponent, good promotion, so way better.
Have you fought for Up Next before?
Yeah, I fought for them one time. I think it was like their second show ever. And that was like 2024 right now? So that was 2022. And I got like a first round TKO that one, and then I think they're on show 17 now, so they've been coming along.
Oh, they've only had 17?
Yeah,
they're
they're like
new.
2 years old, dude. They're a
man.
big promotion now though.
That's crazy. Dang. I'm honestly really excited because it sounds like we're all going to be able to go on Saturday.
I'll be there.
And I'm going to have it looks like I'm going to get a media pass.
Yeah,
So I'll be able to
awesome.
film all that.
Did you hit them up? Yeah, dude, if you talk to one of the Buckners or whatever, I'm sure they'll get you.
Yeah,
whatever
Todd
you
was
need.
talking to them, but if that doesn't work out, I know there's these people, New Money Fight Club. I don't know
Yeah,
if you've
yeah,
heard of
the
them.
podcast they have.
Yeah, so I guess they're really good buddies with them too.
Okay.
So he told me to get one.
Yeah, I interviewed
Worst
with one
case
of those
scenario.
guys. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a good event. Like the last event, there was Nate Diaz there, Rampage Jackson, Tony Ferguson.
They got a lot.
Which was
Some other, like,
insane.
yeah,
I
there
was
was-
really bummed I couldn't go to that one.
There was a lot of like just random celebrities walking around, and this one's in Hollywood too, so I'm sure it's gonna be similar to that,
Yeah.
And dude, they're a good promotion. They just give out whatever they need to get, big audience in and everything, and they spend a ton of money on the promotion. They're
Yeah.
not making money yet,
Production
I'm sure,
value
but
too, yeah.
the production
Yeah.
is really, really high value for them.
Yeah, they do some cool stuff with the graphics and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
like that.
What do you think stylistically about the fight?
I think it's a
Giant.
great fight, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I fought
Me
a guy.
too.
Yeah,
I
I
think
fought a
it's
guy in Combate, Christian Barraza, some Chilean dude, and it's the same body type. He was like a boxer, jiu-jitsu guy. This guy's a Muay Thai jiu-jitsu guy, and that was like one of my best fights, And I don't see it going much different than this.
Yeah.
Obviously everyone new challenges and everything, but this dude's tough. But I think it goes very similar to that. Me kind of just beating the brakes off him for 3 rounds, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not 3 rounds. Get
Hopefully it ends before that.
get something earlier, but it is
Yeah.
fun to go, 15 minutes and get that whole, cage time and, get to showcase everything.
Do you know quite a bit about this guy, or like,
Yeah.
is there like footage you've been watching? I know it must be kind of weird. So like typically when you have, I mean, I know for you guys it's different because you've been fighting for a while. So probably most of the people that you're fighting now have records and they've been
We
fighting
know
for
each
a
other.
little bit.
Yeah.
you know each other. But what was it like when you started out and you basically know nothing about the person? Do you basically just pick?
I think it's
What-
easier that way.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, when you know the guy, like, as long as you're confident in yourself and you think you're better than the guy, then it is probably nice to know him. But when you know absolutely nothing about the guy, you're just like, okay, I just have to accept that I know nothing. He probably knows nothing about me either, and we're just going to fight. Makes it a lot more simpler, I think.
Yeah, because that's like Camo, like California's like athletic amateur little commission. When they first started, like we had rash guards on, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was like the Wild West. Like I didn't know anyone. They had like maybe 1 or 2 fights on any person's record. Like even my third fight, I fought some like 40-year-old guy on steroids, and like I didn't know
like
anything
we were
about
talking
him.
about before,
Dude,
too.
I was
Did you
like,
beat him?
it was bullshit. Okay, but this dude like
Which fight was that?
it was at that same Archangel place where he
Archangel,
cornered me, dude.
Yeah.
I knew nothing about this guy. I knew his age, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's 40. Like I'm 19, dude. I'm gonna come out and kick this guy's ass." This fool gets in the cage and he literally backflips into the cage, dude. Like
Sick.
He's way more shredded than I've ever been in my life. Like way more athletic on every chemical known to man, dude. And that's just like the kind of chance you have at amateur fighting. Like you don't know anything about these guys, and
Yeah.
I took him down right off the bat, and he ended up like almost getting armbar on me, and then I got out and the ref stopped it. And then it was a big scene. Like my dad was yelling at this guy's, "I'm gonna kick your ass." And like this guy, my whole squad of people that was there was like 40 people. That was the whole show because I'm the only one that sold tickets, and we all left right after that. Yeah, it was bullshit. But either
Papa
way,
Wells is jumping in the cage.
yeah, he
man.
was not happy. So, but yeah, the Wild West, dude. Like, I'd rather not know the guy, because you know, it's easier to get fights that way too.
Yeah.
You know, once someone looks at you and they get a little scared or something, they don't want to, you know, lose or have a tough fight, then it's harder to get fights. But no, I've known about this guy for a little bit though.
Yeah, you both have like double-digit pro fights.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
this point, so it's like once you get to that point in your career, you know, they can watch film on you. You watch film on them.
Yeah.
You study each other. Like you just, you know, it gets a little bit more. There's a little more detail behind it versus as an amateur, you're just like, I'll fight anybody. I don't even know anything about that guy. Cool, I'll fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot
No, it
more
should
simpler.
be.
It's a lot.
And
Yeah.
he's probably got some good film on you, you know,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the
Of
course.
whole
Yeah.
ultimate
Dude, that's
fighter
what-
thing. Maybe we could talk about, because we actually haven't
Yeah.
talked about that
Yeah.
on camera too much. Or I haven't even been able to question you a little bit about what
Yeah,
that
it's
was
been-
like.
It was awesome, dude. It was pretty much everything I expected as far as like,
Even Connor.
yeah.
Even Connor.
Connor was actually exactly what I expected,
Hey,
dude.
that's good. That's good.
Like whatever you see on camera, like of him acting fucking crazy, like
is what you
that
get.
was just him, dude. Like right from the beginning, I remember we walked in, like we hadn't seen him yet, and they're like having us stand there on teams, like, and
Okay.
you hear the coaches talking on the other side of the wall, and you could hear his like voice was just fucking like, it sounded like a cartoon, dude. Like I was like, damn, no way is that Connor's voice right there.
Somebody's playing a recording of Connor's voice behind the wall.
Dude, so that's what it sounded like. And we're all just standing there, and they finally open, and Connor walks out, and Chandler walks out. Connor was way bigger than in person than I thought. Chandler was a lot smaller in person than I thought. But he just looked, dude,
Like tall wise?
he was just massive at
Just
the time, dude.
wide.
You know, I mean, ever
Yeah.
since he broke his shin on, you know, whatever that fight with Poirier,
He's got to put that weight
Dude,
on.
he
put that weight on, bro.
dude, he had to have been 200 at the time.
I have a weird conspiracy theory about that. Maybe let me know what you guys think
Go
about
ahead.
it.
Do you have your tin hat on?
I got
Tin
my
hat on.
I'll-
Go ahead. Let
I'll
it
put
out.
the tin hat on. I almost kind of feel like that Roadhouse shit.
Uh-huh.
They had some sort of deal with
Okay.
the UFC.
Okay.
So do you think maybe
going.
like they were allowing him to do like steroids or something so that he could get big enough for the film?
I think that's why USADA. That's why USADA wouldn't work with the UFC wouldn't work with USADA anymore because they were like, hey, like to get Conor better, back to health, back to regular, he needs to be on something.
Yeah.
You know, to hurry the process along. And USADA was like, well, we're still going to test him. If he's still in the testing pool, if he pops, we're going to suspend him. And that's when UFC was like, get out of here, USADA. We'll bring WADA in. And
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was, you know, he needed some performance enhancer to heal up because they want him back, dude. Like he's
ASAP,
the cash
yeah.
cow. Like he
yeah.
makes the biggest fights of all time, right? So they wanted him to
Yeah.
heal up. And I don't know what he was taking or anything for sure, but obviously, you know, had that effect. I think he healed pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I think the plan was to get him back in to fight right away. But then USADA's had that whole 6 months in
Yeah.
the testing pool,
Yep.
and they wanted to bypass that because, like,
Yep.
I don't think he would have tested positive for anything at the time.
Right.
But they had to be in for 6 months, and I think they wanted him for UFC 300 or
Yeah.
you know something bigger. So then, they're
And then
like,
the
dude.
UFC was like, get out of here, USADA.
And USADA apparently just said that to the UFC. They're like, all right, if you're gonna be
Like
you know,
that,
doing
we're not
that,
gonna
we're
work-
not want
we're not
to
gonna
work with you either. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he was.
What was it like in the house? Like because you guys all stayed together?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
so-
think like was a lot of it not like staged, but do you feel like all the people in the house like changed a little bit once the cameras were rolling, or did they seem like they were the
No,
same?
dude. Everyone was exactly the same, which is funny. But I'm really pissed. This
That's
season, every other season, dude, they show stuff in the house like constantly. Like, you know, there's funny things that happen. There's like pranks.
Yeah.
There's beefs and all this stuff. And they showed nothing in the house, dude. I'm like, I had to stay there for no reason. Why the fuck did I have to stay there for 6.5
Yeah.
weeks or whatever? When there's a camera on you 24/7, dude, there literally is not 1 second where there's not a camera on you. And I didn't even know in the shower there's a camera on you. I didn't even know until a week and a half in, bro. I'm
No,
like,
you're
I'm
I'm
like,
like, hopefully they don't look at that camera footage, bro. I messed up, bro.
yeah, because I thought it was a microphone, and I was like, oh, that's funny. They have a mic,
so
okay. Like,
funny.
and then I
That's how they
asked
can
him.
blackmail
He's
you.
like looking through
That's
the
how they can
contract.
blackmail you later, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, but I asked him. I was like, oh, why do you guys have a mic in the shower? Even they're like, oh, that's a camera, and I was like, no way. They're like, oh, but it's surveillance only. It's not.
Oh,
recording,
sure.
yeah.
That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
I'm like, either way, I'm
Allegedly.
just fucking walking around naked showering.
Dude, what the heck?
Yeah, that was
That's
a funny thing.
So basically, the cameras were all on Conor the entire time. That's,
Well, no,
that's what,
well, at practice for sure, but
Yeah.
at the house, like Connor, Chandler, they have their own houses or anything.
okay,
So when you're in there, there's like 4 or 5 sets of cameramen.
okay,
And you know, they can only be in certain rooms at a time, so
Right,
you
yeah.
have mics on you 24/7.
okay.
So if you say anything that they might think is interesting, they'll run in. So we used to joke around. I'd be like, hey, why do you hate Brad? And they would fucking run in, dude. And they're like,
You guys are playing pranks
Dude,
on the cameraman
because it's
too.
like they wanted to bite on like any little thing that you had, said about any other
that would have
person.
been funny, bro.
Yeah, it was funny, dude.
I
Like,
can tell you as a camera guy, I would fucking hate your.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
sure. Yeah.
Because we just stopped talking right after and like, guys, like, don't act like we're not in the room. And I was like, dude, I wasn't even saying anything. Like,
That's why they
I was
hate
literally
you.
saying that to fuck with you.
no, there was like funny things that happened in the house. They just didn't.
They
put it
didn't
on,
put-
dude.
What's like one of them?
Well, there was like so Timur, the guy I fought, he's from Dagestan. He was really nice, super nice guy, but he had like a fucking, loose cannon. Like if you got on his bad side, he would blow up.
Yeah, he would just say some
And,
crazy shit.
He was like a Tony Ferguson in his.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, no, but he was super cool. He's my roommate, and I was roommates with Mondo.
You were rooming
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
guy you
So
had
you
to
fought-
fight?
Yeah, I slept Timur right next to me, and then Mondo over
That's
there.
crazy.
And it was funny
even
because
makes it
They're trying to start some shit.
that's
well,
cool.
we didn't know the fights. At first, you go in the house and like you pick your stuff, and then you go back later that night to get the teams and the matchups and all that stuff. So
okay.
we didn't know. We just happened to be there at the same time.
That's crazy.
But Timur, super disciplined. Like, he'd wake up at like 5 to pray. He'd, eat his breakfast, go back to sleep, wake up again, pray. Like, he'd be in bed by like 8:30 every single night. So the first round of fights happened and everyone lost. That everyone lost, like, would stay up, and hang out. Like, they're not going to go to bed at 8.
yeah.
They're done. Like,
Yeah, they're done. Yeah.
So Mondo, I guess, was like laughing louder than Timur would have liked or something, like 8:30, and he walked in and he's like, "Hey Mondo, I know you lost, but like why don't you, like I'm still in the tournament or something like that." And he wasn't even doing anything, dude. Like it was a collective thing, right? And then our teammate Aaron was like, "Hey Timur, fuck you," because he didn't like what he was saying.
Yeah.
So Timur comes over and they're just talking shit to each other a little bit. They're beefing with each other and like, what did you say to me? What did you say to me? He's like, I said, fuck you. I don't like how you talk to my friend. And then basically they beat for a couple minutes, and then Timur shook his hand all pissed off, and they ended up, parting ways and they were mad at each other the rest of the show, but like they didn't show that, dude. I was like, how did they not?
Show that.
They were,
So then you don't even know why they're mad at each other.
There was just no, but they didn't even show the
didn't even show the
confrontation, dude. It was just like there were things like
you would
that.
have thought they would put that on there for the ratings and
Yeah,
at
there's
least
like if there's
you know.
almost a fight in the house, you think they would like post the fight. Like that's
Yeah.
what Sam Alvey's season was
Yeah.
famous for.
Oh,
that
dude, that's
let's
all
let
he
me bang,
did.
bro. No one did that. Like I probably drank more than anyone in the house, and I don't drink like at all. So like it wasn't what they wanted. I guess I don't know, but there was just like things they could have put in. They didn't do anything. Like I think they spent
Weird.
all their money on Conor and the show, and just like all focused on that. And maybe it was on ESPN, so they wanted to like
The
cool it
ESPN
down.
Actually,
Plus.
yes, yeah.
Well,
That can-
also
that could have
if
been
it's
part
on
of it.
ESPN, the regular network, I don't know if kids watch that or something. Maybe they
Well,
wanted
the
to,
hard thing now
Yeah.
is they're owned by Disney.
Yeah, that might be it too.
So
yeah.
I never, that might have something to do with it.
It's not like,
they're
not like the
kinda-
Spike days where
they're-
they throw
That's
what
anything
I'm
on the
saying,
Ultimate
yeah,
Fighter,
Spike
bro.
was like-
Oh yeah,
Spike was awesome for that.
yeah. They had like freaking Girls Gone Wild shit.
Underrated,
Yeah,
bro. yeah.
Big old stars and shit. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the Wild West of TV.
Spike
dude.
days, man. I
Yeah, that
love
was
those
nuts.
days.
1,000 Ways to Die. I used to watch that.
1,000 Ways to Die, dude.
That was a sick
That was
one.
a show. That
Yeah,
was
or
the
what was
show.
it?
right there.
Warrior versus something.
Oh, that was
where
the
they
Ultimate
did,
Warriors. Or no. I know what you're talking
where
about.
they would
yeah.
take like different warriors from
yeah,
different
like a
eras
samurai
and-
versus like an whatever. Like
And then they have him fight like in a
Yeah.
simulation, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. But then they would do like a live action thing
I
afterwards
forgot
with
what
their
that
shit.
was called. Something
Yeah.
Warrior, dude. But
That
either
shit
way,
was
yeah, I
sick.
think it would have been a lot cooler if it was on one of those networks, because I think it got a little, watered down.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't a huge fan of the way that they set up the teams.
No, dude. Here's what I
That's
think
kind of a
should
bad
happen.
idea.
Terrible idea.
Looking back, bad
Dude,
idea.
if you look at like Vegas odds, if they would have put odds for all those fights,
Oh, dude.
I would have been like a 10-1 underdog, and that's
Yeah,
almost every fight with the prospect versus the vet
Yeah.
would have been that big of odds. Like what I think they should have done is, prospects fight each other to become the number one prospect, vets become the number one prospect, and then in the end,
The prospect,
yeah,
the
the best prospect fights the
best
first,
vet, yeah.
best
Yeah.
vet. I think that would have been the way to go, but
Yeah.
it's just like, dude.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fighting a guy that's 18-3 Dagestani guy. He's 2-1 in the UFC, and
I saw that
Hey.
and I was like,
yeah,
fuck.
dude. And
But that's everybody on the prospect
That's what I'm
side.
saying.
Of the
Yeah,
fence,
it's like
you know?
Jason Knight. He was like 22-4 or something like that, and or 22-5, and he fought Landon, who was like 7-1. It's just
Yeah.
a big difference in record, dude. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but anyone can beat anyone on any given day. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not
It
like
shows how much experience kind of value, how much value your experience.
Dude, I knew
know?
that right after the first set of fights.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know,
Yeah.
we had our week in the house. It was all fight week for the first set of people. I was supposed to fight, actually. I got that freaking cold sore.
Sore.
Like,
Yeah, dude.
Bumped
We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit about
Hey,
that.
thank God for Connor, because he's the one that actually got me to, like, get
Yeah.
the fight the next week, dude.
I
They
do
were going to
feel-
cancel me. They were
I
gonna-
definitely
Really?
feel
Oh,
bad
wow.
for you though, because I was there when we had the banana
Oh, yeah,
cantina
yeah.
event,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and there was like 40 people there, and they're like,
Dude.
"Where the fuck is Trevor?"
Yeah.
Like,
I wish they would
He's
have
got a
gave
cold
me...
sore.
yeah.
I really wish they would have gave me a head up, like, hey, you're not going to be on this episode, so don't plan a freaking watch party.
Yeah, for nothing.
They didn't tell me until the night before they released the episodes to us, and I saw it wasn't my episode. I was like, dude, I just planned this whole watch party.
Party, like, we're gonna sit there and watch me get a cold sore.
Yeah, oh, dude. it
It'll
was
be
like-
awkward.
I was in the first 2 minutes, and then they're like, all right, so he's not fighting, and then, yeah, I moved on.
Oh, that's
Oh
funny.
my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, if I knew you better, I would have. There was a lot of meme ideas
Oh, yeah, I bet, dude.
involved.
Fucking, yeah, it was,
Sponsorship opportunities, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brought to you by-
right?
what is that stuff? The-
We were joking
it
about
A?
it when
What
it
is
first
it
when you
called,
first
bro?
came back.
what is that called? I know
It's like the roll-on
Abreva,
thing?
dude. Abreva.
Abreva.
Yeah.
there you go.
Bro, Breva sponsor.
I gotta hit them up.
You
so.
gotta hit them up to get something from that.
I gotta say though, like I appreciate, like it's honestly really cool how chill all of you guys are about, like, because I feel like I would have been shitting bricks in that scenario,
Yeah.
just because it's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay.
It's such a novel like thing for a person to go through.
To be
you know?
fair though, like it was a lot worse before I saw the episode. I didn't, dude. That's all they talked about when I was in the house. Like,
Oh, yeah, I'm
we'd
sure.
go for like our confessionals where they have like the little interviews and you're talking, and they would ask me every day like, so how was it like knowing you weren't gonna fight because you're cold sore, you know, or like, did you feel it coming on like a day before? I'm like, dude, shut up, guys. It's not my whole story,
Oh
you know.
my
But
gosh.
and every person in the house every day, like I'd wake up and they'd come up and look at me like, yeah, it's looking a little better, dude. That was my whole like every time
That
they
was
filmed
like,
it,
yeah.
Oh my
just about my
God.
cold sore, dude.
You're the cold sore guy.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but
You
honestly,
put
I
your
think-
face somewhere it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
You know what it was? I was drinking like an absurd amount of coffee, and like
The
it
stress.
throws your
Cortisol.
acidic
yeah.
levels in your body out, and like it just broke me out, dude.
Yeah.
There was nothing else to do but just drink coffee in the house all day. We had like no music, no food, or
You don't get your phone. You don't get your phone.
there's
Oh,
no
you
music.
can't do music, huh? Because
No.
they're trying to get the audio.
There's no phone, music, internet, no books unless it's like a Bible or a Quran or something like that.
Oh, no books. That's
What are you guys supposed to do then?
Dude, you literally like just.
that's how they stir up everything. People
Dude, I
just
got
go
so-
They
crazy.
just
yeah.
make you awkward.
Just go crazy.
I got so bored after I asked for like melatonin, and they gave me like 10 milligrams. I would take like 3 of those and just sleep all day, dude. Like
Yeah.
literally, there was nothing to do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because they give you a grocery list every morning. You write the list before 10 a.m. what you want, and they bring that the next day. You can ask for anything. Like, literally
Wow.
any dude. I was like, eating like grass-fed like ribeye, like filet mignon, lobster, like all this stuff. You just have to cook it.
All the things we can't afford.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. Like this is all on your guys'
I'll
time.
take the tomahawk and the filet to
Like,
make
yeah.
And you have to cook it yourself, you know. So for me, it was like going to like a 1-star restaurant every night, dude. Like with good food, but I had to cook it, so it
Yeah.
tasted like shit.
What are like some hobbies that you like to do outside of fighting? I noticed I've seen some videos. Do you like skate a lot?
I used to skate, yeah. I used to be super into skating when I was in like, probably like 5th grade to 8th grade.
No, you
And then,
probably-
yeah, I went to biking after that. Got hurt a couple times, and I was like, okay. And then I started wrestling, and then I just did that. But, dude, honestly, my only hobbies are like I love going outside, like nature. You know, if I wasn't fighting, I would be like a forest ranger or somewhere in
game warden.
Yosemite or something
Yeah.
like
yeah,
that,
game warden
dude.
or
Like,
something like that.
yeah, I'd be doing something out there, either conservation or I don't even know, but something outside, not in these,
Yeah.
you know, scenarios with busy people and you know all that stuff.
Yeah.
What are like so like if we were talking a little bit about how you're saying like if things didn't work out in fighting, you'd probably go into like firefighting or something like
Yeah,
that. Is that
yeah.
So that would be like your
That'd
contingency
be my next
kind
thing.
of
Yeah.
plan.
I don't have a family. Okay, like I don't have to support anyone.
Yeah.
Like I can go literally anywhere in the world. Like the only thing holding me here is the gym and MMA. If
Yep.
I wasn't here, dude, I would be. I'm telling you, like probably in Yosemite. That's one of my favorite spots in the world, or Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Doing something out there with wildlife that I don't have to go to school for. Hopefully.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
something besides that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to include you on some of the plans we got. Wanted to start doing some like bow hunting and fishing.
You were
and
talking
stuff
about
like
that before, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, months ago. But
Yeah, well, we got the fishing trip.
Well, I need to get in shape
After
now,
Trevor whips
quick.
this guy's ass, then we're going to the fishing trip the following
Yeah.
week in Blythe, which would be
Well,
cool.
I was saying maybe we could work out something with that elk shape guy.
Oh, yeah.
I need to hit him back up.
need to hit him
Do you
up.
hear
was that
him?
the one we were talking about? I think a long
Said-
time ago.
He
Yeah.
said he was gonna take
Yeah.
him on. Take
He
us
told me
hunting.
to.
Oh,
he told me
really?
to hit him up in spring,
Yeah.
so maybe we could.
Oh,
set
that-
some-
dude.
Spring, bro. Yeah, we should hit him
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
That's what I want to get into. Those like I've never been hunting. You know, I've gone backpacking a bunch of places. You know, but
Yeah.
I think hunting would be something I really want to check off the list, dude.
Yeah.
Bow hunting, that's different though, huh? I mean,
Takes a lot of work.
yeah, that's
It's
like
a
you
lot of practice.
can't just
but-
go out there and
No.
But that's the thing, though, is like I feel like that's kind of the allure for me. Is it's like the rucking,
Yeah.
and like being out there, and you have to be so close to them, so you hear all this stuff.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I
Like,
follow
just-
Cameron Haynes. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
follow him,
yeah.
but like
I want to do some YouTube stuff like him.
very
It's
cool stuff.
amazing. Like if you
Good
ever, I don't know if you
content.
ever watched any of his YouTube
Yeah, I
stuff,
have.
but what is it called? A Month in the Mountains or something like
Yeah.
that. It's like a movie. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a pair of run, lift, shoot. and
Those
that's-
are cool,
That's
too.
exactly how he lived his lifestyle every single day.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Which I definitely need to get. That's the hard thing. It's probably might be. It seems like you guys have kind of mastered it a little bit more than me, but I feel like with like video stuff, it's really hard for me to set a schedule because I'm like going places
Yeah.
Right.
so much,
Yeah.
and like I could easily like sit at my computer and work for like 12 hours and like not eat.
Right.
Really?
And just like, and then the sun's going down. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
not me, dude.
Well, you gotta you have your hand in so many baskets where you're managing Dan's page, team page, gym page. So then you go home and you have all this content that you've been shooting. And
Yeah.
you got to work for
Yeah.
however long until you can get it all out.
Yeah.
You know, so
The crazy thing, the filming is only one step of that, dude. You gotta
you gotta edit.
The
that's
editing's
the-
worse.
Yeah.
The editing is worse, honestly.
With us, we just fight, so it's easy
Yeah.
to keep schedule. Like, go to practice, eat here, sleep, do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
I guess that's true. You got like a good.
it's like a caveman lifestyle. You
Like,
know?
both are hard, dude. You know, just different ways.
Different ways.
Like,
Yeah.
But like, I think the benefit of what you guys do is everything is geared toward making you as healthy as possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You,
you
you're damaging your brain a little
That's
bit, but like your body's good.
The injuries though, the injuries catch up too. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
it wasn't until the other day when I was like, my knee was hurting, like, you know, a couple other nagging injuries, and then my family's like, Trevor, you're getting old, dude. Like, it really, like, think of all the injuries, like, they're really hurting you now. And I'm
What
like,
kind of injuries? you
damn.
had?
Well, just like my knees, I got a torn like meniscus and MCL, and then it's just little nagging
things
injuries
throughout
all the time,
years.
dude.
Yeah.
That's-
My rib
that's
always
my
comes
knee.
out of place here, like when
Yeah.
you freaking
Randomly.
pull
Yeah.
your whatever that muscle on my back the other day and all, and it just accumulates over time. Like
Yeah.
I have arthritis in my knee from years of just grinding down the cartilage and all that. But I'm like, it kind of accelerates your aging, but at the same time, we're so healthy, so I feel like
Yeah.
it evens out.
It
you know?
evens out.
We need
yeah.
to get famous so we can hit up Joe for the stem cell shit.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, yeah, that's a big thing. That's just been like really popular. Is the stem cells?
Yeah.
That fighters are like, oh, they'll go down to Mexico get stem cells.
That's what my friend from the Ultimate Fighter Show, Mondo, he fought in like the main event of Fury a few
Okay.
months ago, and something happened like with two of his discs or something like slipped or whatever. He's like, dude, he just shut down all of a sudden like mid fight, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like he's got great cardio, he just like he couldn't move,
Yeah,
and they stopped it because he was like just
was
on the
getting-
floor.
yeah.
And apparently something happened in the fight, yeah, with his discs, and they were like, dude, you're probably never gonna fight again. And then he
Wow.
went to Mexico, got stem cells, and he's fighting next month, dude.
Holy
like it was
cow.
that, like they told him he'll probably never be able to fight or compete again. To a few months later, after stem cells,
already
he's
taking a
fighting
fight.
again, dude.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Which I think there's a lot of that's so annoying the way that we have like laws against it here.
well, yeah.
This doesn't make any sense.
No. I feel like it's all about it's the testing for it, like the testing and the trials that like. the
Which
U-
I don't
we're
get
gonna
why
have to
they
go
don't
through
allow
for
you-
having it in the U.S.
I don't get why they don't allow you to use stuff for recovery.
Oh,
Like, you know, like
in
the
sports?
peptides and stuff
the
like
peptides
that.
and
Like you
stuff.
think that would be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's surprising. I know, like
You think they'd want you back as quick as possible, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
USADA, you're not allowed to use like any of the TB500 or the whatever
BC,
BCD,
stuff. Yeah, over at the lab, like you can't take that stuff. If
Yeah, which is strange because I don't feel like it.
doesn't like get
No,
you
just, like,
huge
aids in, like,
muscles
a-
or like.
I think
yeah,
it just
dude.
helps with recovery, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, for the most part, but I think people do take it regularly for those benefits.
yeah.
What are some things that you use for recovery that you think help a lot?
Well, I need to use them a lot more, but the sauna for sure. That's like one of my favorite. The infrared sauna over at Salt and Life Wellness, like that's what I use more than anything. along with like the cold plunge. But dude, honestly, sleep.
Dude,
Feel
that's
like
the most
getting
important.
sleep
Yeah.
is like the highest on my list for anything recovery. And I learned that from that dude on the show that I fought. Like he said in Dagestan, like they take supplements and all that stuff, but like they sleep more than anything. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
Every day he'd come home, he'd sleep, he'd train, he'd sleep, he'd train, he'd be in bed by 8. And like that's where you get like the majority of your recovery. I've heard like many times like the biggest performance enhancer for sports and stuff is sleep.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll take the regular supplements like BCAAs and protein, and I take that Shilajit stuff, you know, and
Yeah.
but
I need
other
to
than
get some
that,
more
you
of
know,
that methylene blue stuff.
Methylene
I feel
blue
like,
too.
I feel like
Okay.
of all the supplements that I take, that is like probably one of the better force multipliers of just
I've taken
about
that one
everything.
too. It's
For
really
sure, like
good.
cognitive abilities, I noticed that too. Like I feel sharper.
Yeah.
Dude, his company blew up, man. That is so.
Yeah, they have blown
It's
up.
like less than 2 years old. It's already worth $2 million.
No way.
Yeah, dude. I saw him post that the other day. I'm like,
Oh, really?
People believe in the product and everything, and
Yeah, it works.
It
Kinda-
definitely.
I got it
works.
from you.
Yeah.
I want
You
to.
got
I want
me
to
on
try. Have you seen the cream?
yeah, the tallow. I've used that. I used it
I've
on
been
my
using.
nose.
I've been a little
What is
off
it?
of it now, but
like
it's
a
a beef.
tallow.
So it's like
Beef tallow?
it's a cream, but it's
Yeah.
made out of beef tallow.
Oh, okay.
And I swear by beef tallow because it's like it's an animal fat.
Right, yeah.
So that's the like. Take some coconut oil and put it on your face.
Yeah.
On this side, and then put some beef tallow on this side. Your skin will absorb every bit of the beef tallow
really?
to where your skin won't be all oily, but then on the coconut oil side, it'll just be oil on
oily.
the outside.
Oh, no
So
way.
it just has something about like the permeability of your skin.
Yeah.
Just has a hard time taking it.
Yeah.
Versus like that beef tallow, like if I'm dry, it's just like just sucks it through your skin.
Yeah, see, I was using it for like scars and stuff. It's supposed to heal
That
scars
helps,
pretty
too.
well. That's what I originally was using it for. Then I gave it to other people because their scars and it helped them a lot too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm really big about I'm trying to get like all chemicals and stuff out.
You guys heard of grounding sheets?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Do you have them or no?
I don't, but dude, I mean, I've been doing grounding without knowing
That you've been
you know,
doing
so,
grounding,
yeah,
going
I mean, like,
outside
dude,
in bare
I always
feet.
was like, okay, walking around barefoot, just laying on the
Do you have
grass,
like
all stuff.
shit? If I live where you live, I'd be
I do it
out
all the
with my
time.
feet.
Dude,
But now
it's-
I have grounding sheets too.
I literally
so
walk
I'm
around my
in
neighborhood
sleep.
just barefoot, just because it feels good to
Feels
walk on
good.
like like the dirt, the concrete, and all. I always felt that at the beach and everything, but apparently it's got a ton of benefits for you.
Ton of it, yeah.
But yeah, there's sheets that you can literally get and they plug into the wall
Yep.
when you sleep. And
I got them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They work.
You-
I've
oh,
only
you
been
do
on
have
it for 2
them?
weeks. I'm only been on it for 2 weeks.
Really?
I feel like when I wake up, I'm less groggy. Like,
No way.
Really?
Yeah. After the first day, I was like, "That's
Who
weird."
makes them?
I forget the company, but my dad's wife, she like swears by it. She like bought my wife grounding tennis shoes. She
Oh,
got
nice.
she got us grounding sheets.
There's grounding like floor mats that you could step on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also
Does
like
that like help with the like
it's like the
electromagnetic
positive
stuff?
ions. Like it allows the positive ions to come into your body and like balance the system, your cells out basically, and
Yeah.
make them more efficient to like heal and recover and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
inflammation of the body and everything, like mood,
Yeah.
sleep better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of benefits. I just haven't really thought about actually buying the sheets yet.
Yeah. I
I
got
know
'em.
Joe, Coach Joe. He has them.
swears by them, so that's why I was like, oh, that'd be cool if I had them.
Yeah,
And then
sometimes
sure
he has
enough,
some interesting stuff.
Oh,
you see
yeah.
like that like eye thing that he had at one point?
Yeah.
There's like a
Are you talking about
projection thing or whatever.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. I forget what the company is, but
He was
yeah,
using that
puts-
for.
Yeah, it has projection with audio. And like it like basically it like trains your brain. It has like different settings where it's like hey, you can do more visualization. You can do like quieting the mind. There's like different audios you can play. And it worked. Yeah, like I would use it during the day in between practices.
Oh, so you've tried it, okay? Because I
Yeah,
saw
I've tried it,
Robert
yeah.
using it before his fight when I was cornering him
Oh,
for
okay,
a couple
yeah.
fights ago. and-
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
What's so getting ready for this fight? Do you have you gonna be doing like a lot of weight cutting, or are you pretty much close to the weight you're supposed to be?
Well, it's supposed to be for a 125-pound title, but the promotion hit me up a few weeks ago. So in California, you can weigh in, and the next day before the fight, they check your weight. And if you put on more than 15% of your body weight, or 10 or 15% of your body weight back, then you get flagged. So me and my opponent both have been flagged 3 times for putting on a little too much weight between the weigh-ins and the fight. So they changed it to 130 now. So I actually I woke up,
So was it like catch weight?
yeah, it's a
Te-
catch weight
technically
for
catch
a
weight for a
title,
belt.
which is weird, but I'm not
So,
gonna complain.
Yeah, don't complain.
I'm not gonna ask
Yeah.
about it, but
Their belts are cool.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Their
Yeah.
belts are pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's like the best belt I've seen besides
Yeah.
like maybe the LFA belt,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I still got weight to cut and everything. I do think this guy cuts a lot more weight than me, I don't think it's an advantage for him really. I think it's going to be a little draining and stuff as we get into later rounds, but I think I'm going to have a much more comfortable weight cut than him.
Do you guys, I thought this was really interesting. I was talking to John about it a little bit, but maybe really quick before we wrap up. I don't know how much time you have left. Talk about like the process of weight cutting and like this, like a little bit of the science behind it a little bit, because it's kind of weird.
There's a number of different ways to do it. There's different ways to skin the cat, but everybody does it a little different. First thing is water loading. They say, drinking more water than you usually do. And so what that does is it kind of flushes the electrolytes out of the body. And so with that comes some weight loss. Your body can't hold on to anything when it has no sodium, potassium, So
you're not supposed to have a lot of salt while you're drinking the water?
Right, exactly.
So you just like cut salt?
Basically, you're cutting out salt as you're drinking this water and flushing out the system, and that's how you're getting that like passive weight loss throughout fight week. That's one method of doing it. Basically, the best cuts go where you kind of combine a couple of these methods together to really get the full effect where, hey, I'm losing this weight passively and I don't have to cut as much at the end. That's kind of, So there's also, low carb diet. That's why keto was so huge back then. Oh, I can lose all this weight on keto. Yeah, you're just cutting out carbs and you're just basically losing water. You're not really losing belly fat or anything like that. Like they were preaching to people.
Well, it's also you probably eat excess fat, which will keep weight on you easier too.
Right. Yeah.
It's more calorie dense.
Right. And so, but during fight week, you're not trying to lose any fat. You're really just trying to push water through the system and get yourself as low as you can before the day of weigh-in, so you can just cut less. So
is that the process you use?
Yeah, so like he was saying with the water loading, so I start water loading like 5 days out, and that's like 2 gallons a day I'm drinking. 3 days out from the weigh-in though is I cut all the salt, so as little to zero salt as possible. Like boiled chicken, like Greek yogurt has very little sodium, so I'll eat that, and like unsalted almonds, a few times a day. So I'm still eating a lot, but just no sodium.
Yeah.
And then as you progress, you keep water loading. The day before weigh-ins, you stop drinking 24 hours before you start cutting. Yep. So I'll stop drinking, what's the day? Wednesday? So Thursday I'll stop at like
midday.
Something like midday, 12, around there. Yeah. And then it's funny because your bodies get tricked almost, from drinking so much water that you continue to let it all out. Like you sweat really easy, you have to pee a million times, and then over time, you get really light. You don't feel great because you have no electrolytes in you, but then you wake up, see what you have to cut, usually 5-6 pounds, and then you get that off in like a hot water bath.
Are you just like so thirsty?
Dude,
like in the middle of a desert.
I love watching food videos while I cut. I just that's
You're
like my
fucking
thing.
psychopath.
Yeah, I do the same thing, dude. I do the same thing.
I just watch TikToks of food and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna eat that. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel when I watch like food videos. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have it. It's gonna happen.
That's during that's before the water cut though. It's like during when you're sitting in the hotel room about to do the water cut. Yeah, I love watching Food Channel. As soon as I am on weight, I don't even care about food anymore. I want water, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for the food, but I would kill someone for water. I would
you're
actually
dried out. You're dried out at that point.
Commit horrible crimes for water.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So that's like the thing that they always say. Like if somebody's dying of starvation, it's like if you gave them giving you that little bit of hope, it'll make you hold out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah, dude.
That's kind of what you're doing. Yeah.
Oh no, I do the same thing though. Food Network. I watch like Guy Fieri's whatever.
Whatever. Meal of the week or whatever. Yeah, just show me good food, dude.
Do you use those little sauna? I saw a little bit of John's cut for his last fight. He was in this cube looking thing with a towel. You use stuff like that.
I don't like the portable sauna for me as much. I've used it before, but I like the hot water bath.
The hot bath.
Literally, you get the water as hot as you can stand it. It gets 105, 106. You sit with your heart at least submerged for 15, 20 minutes, and then you get out and have whoever's with you wrapped up with towels, and then you sweat, usually for 45 minutes. And then once you stop sweating, you check your weight. My first bath, I'm usually good for 5 pounds though. Between getting in and get the first 5 off, and then the next couple are a little less than that, but I can usually cut 8 pounds in 2 baths.
Have you ever gone to the weigh-in and you've been over more than you would have liked?
I've never missed weight. I've gone and like checked my weight and I've had to recut, but I've never like actually
Like the day of.
Yeah, before the weigh-ins
So
actually
you just
start.
do like another bath or something.
Yeah, or sauna, but dude, that is the hardest
worst.
part. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you
Doing
got to
it
go
day
through the
of.
like, dude, it's like if you're 0.8 over or something like that, you got to go warm up the bath again, sit in there. You got to
Warm
sit
your
for
body
like
back up.
15, 20 minutes until you start sweating, and it's like by that time you're just ready to die, dude. Like it.
Yeah.
That is the worst part about fighting in MMA is that
Yeah.
I know my coach Sam always used to say like I'd fight for free, but you got to pay me to cut weight. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's exactly
Yep.
how it is. I
No,
would
that's
never.
true. That is true.
Yeah, I'd fight for free too, but the weight cutting you have to pay me, dude.
Yeah, and I think the key too to the methods, some people just go to their like average gym and go use the sauna. And that's like one thing I'm at least really against. I think like either the bath or the portable sauna are the preferred methods because you're not cooking your head. You're
Yeah.
not cooking your brain.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, we're going in there getting punched in the face. Like we're already cutting a bunch of weight, 24 hours, 24 to 36 hours before the contest. Like you got to watch out for your brain. You want to have as much water in your head, as possible. So like, I just feel like cooking your brain 24 hours out is not a smart thing.
Yeah.
So doing the bath or the portable sauna is kind of the way to go versus just like any other sauna.
Some people like to work it off too, which I'm very against for me.
that too. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
if
like
I'm gonna
running
be
or something?
Run it out.
competing,
Yeah. That's the wrong way. It's the
yeah.
wrong way to do it. Yeah.
dude,
ultimately.
I don't think you should be running miles on miles when you have almost no nutrition in you.
No.
You're super dehydrated and you're supposed to perform
Yeah.
at the highest level the next day. It's like
Yeah.
you're not gonna recover. You're not intaking enough, things for
Yeah.
recovery. And you're just gonna be depleting yourself even more. But some people like to work it
Yeah.
off, work the weight off.
Plus, the chance of getting injured, I think, increases dramatically higher.
Oh yeah.
And like during fight week, I mean, Trevor can attest to this. I can attest to this. Fight week, things can go wrong if you're not careful, and you're not eating carbs. You don't have all that brain power up there. So like, it's good to have a team around you that's like, hey,
Yeah.
how are we doing today? This is what we're gonna do today. Like, you should have your workouts planned out, have a warm up planned out, so you're hitting all those. So you're keeping that injury prone like as little as possible. Like you should not be getting injured. Like
Yeah.
pulling out the week of a fight is one of the worst things ever.
Well, it sucks,
And you don't want to be that guy too.
Yeah.
So,
But
it's
yeah,
really
I'm pretty
important.
stoked to. This will probably be my first time seeing you fight in person.
Oh,
Make it worth it.
Yeah.
Promise, dude.
Yeah.
Main
Main event too.
First
Yeah.
fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
That main
opponent.
event too. That's gonna be huge.
gonna be sick.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out anything with the Team Quest fishing thing? You still trying to figure that out?
Doesn't look like it's gonna happen, bro. I got
We'll
two
have
people
to-
denied my shifts now, so
Well, it might work out in your benefit because apparently the world's supposed to end the day after that.
What do you
what do
mean?
you mean?
Have you heard any of this craziness with the April 8th
No.
eclipse and shit?
No.
I mean, I heard something about an eclipse, but what is that?
That was like 2012. Remember the whole thing in 2012?
Well, what's
Well, there's a
going
lot of
on?
like as far as the like Bible folklore of like
Oh.
the end of days.
Okay.
There's like a lot of weird shit around it that
Okay.
everybody's like talking about. Like it's huge on
this
TikTok. Like,
specific eclipse.
yeah, for like a couple different reasons, but like one of the main ones they talked about is there's these things red cows.
Okay.
They're like red
Like an actual
heifers.
cow?
Like an actual cow.
Okay.
So there's basically like this rule in like the Jewish like culture or whatever where they have to sacrifice a red heifer to be able to rebuild the temple that like they spoke to God in and stuff like
Okay.
that. But there's like so many rules and stuff. It's kind of like Wagyu beef. There's like all these rules in order to be able to sacrifice the cow. Right.
Right.
It has to be completely like blemishless and all this stuff.
Right.
And they found one in Texas. It's the first one they found in 2,000 years.
No
And
way.
Texas is sending it to Israel for them to sacrifice. So a lot of people are thinking that they're going to, where the temple, where they'd have to build it, is where the Dome of the Rock is. And that's one of like the most important Muslim buildings like in their religion.
Okay.
So they're saying like if they sacrifice that, they would have to destroy that temple in order to rebuild their temple, which would probably start like a war because it's one of like the most important like
Yeah.
Muslim things. And then like with the whole eclipse thing, it's passing. So typically like eclipses are seen as like a bad omen.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the last eclipse that we had, it crossed over the United States only. It was the first time it crossed over one continent only. Normally it hits like a few other countries.
Yeah. A few other continents. Yeah.
Yeah, a few other continents. And it's crossing over a bunch of cities that are called Nineveh, which is like a city in the Bible
Yeah.
that was like a heretic city that got
okay.
destroyed. So there's like and
I
it's
see.
it's
Yeah.
it's 6 years, 6 months, and 6 weeks out from the last eclipse that we had.
I hope it's wrong, dude. You know.
So like, there's all these people that are like, "What the fuck is going on here? Like, what are all these like?"
That
like,
is a lot of strange
coincidences?
coincidences. Yeah.
I think you still have your tin hat on.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You know,
But,
I'm surprised I haven't
No,
heard anything
and then
about
the
that.
National Guard. You hear they were deploying the National Guard.
I did hear
for the
that.
eclipse thing.
I did.
For
actually.
what purpose of the?
I don't know. That's the thing.
My brother
Really?
texted
And
me.
then we had this bridge collapse,
I know that.
see that
yeah,
freaking-
it was like
with
a
all the
cargo
cars on
ship.
it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a cargo ship, hit
and
or
it looks
something.
like that it might have been a potentially some type of cyber attack or something because you see the power,
Because the
on
power
the ship
went out,
off,
yeah.
and then they
Oh.
couldn't steer away from the bridge. The whole boat went black. And
Yeah.
it rammed into the bridge.
And they were saying,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
yeah. I mean, that happened in Baltimore or something
Yeah,
like that, right? Yeah.
And that bridge is like one of the biggest areas
yeah.
to move like gasoline and like different like chemicals and stuff that we need
Well,
on the western.
At least
side.
we'll be out in Blythe. We'll be heading home.
I don't know. Maybe
The
we'll
end of
just
the
stay
world.
there.
We'll just stay there. In our last hours.
I'm surprised I haven't heard anything about that yet.
Dude,
though.
just
Yeah.
literally
I'm
look
gonna
up,
look
it
look
up,
up
yeah.
April 8th on TikTok. You're gonna see all of this weird shit. There's literally
I'm
like
gonna go
every
put
time
my
I
tin
go.
hat on right now, and I'm gonna go get on my phone and look it up.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let Trevor go.
right.
Appreciate you
Of course.
talking to
Super.
us.
Good job, dude.
Super
Yeah.
stoked for Saturday,
I am too.
It's gonna be
bro.
sick.
and we'll
Cool.
probably do this more. 'cause
Third round
this worked out
TKO.
really good,
Yeah.
and you're here.
So yeah.
I'm always here anyway.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, later, guys.
Sweet.